Thank you to Taro Wolf for their generous donation on Patreon. Hello everyone, my name is Vivian and welcome back to Extracurricular Activities. The series that will never, ever end. Chester! Link! You guys better get up, you'll be late for class! Andrew's yelling was followed by loud knocking on Chester's door, and it was enough to wake you up. I'll come dump water on you both if you aren't out in the next 10 minutes! Chester was on his stomach with his head under a pillow, and his blankets were mostly thrown aside, leaving hardly half of his nearly naked body covered up. What time is it? I never heard an alarm go off. You sat up and stretched, leaving your eyes wander across the underwear stretched taut over Chester's bubble-like behind. Chess, wake up. We need to get ready for class. He didn't move aside from his lazy. He didn't move aside from a lazy flick of his tail. Andrew's gonna barge in here if we don't get up. You tugged his underwear down a little to expose a cheek, then you grabbed it and shook the bull around. What would he say if he saw us like this? A loud snort escaped from under the pillow before it was tossed aside so Chester could look at you. If you keep playing with my butt, I'll be more concerned with what else he'll see. He reached his arm up when, with the strength you couldn't fight, he grabbed you with his hands on your chest and pulled you into a spooning position with his body wrapped around yours. Now's not the time for this. Now is always the time for this. I can't say that. Just a little payback for teasing me. I only played with your butt, though. And now, and it was enough to remind me about the dream I was having. A breath of hot air was puffed against your neck. You were pulled back into his can't say that. Another loud rap at the door made you both jump, and he was sitting up on his bed and his back and sitting up on the fuck! Another loud rap at the door made you both jump, and he was sitting up on the bed with his back to the door in an instant. What up, Andy? Damn! In more than one way, I might add. He swatted you with his tail, stood up and stretched, making sure you got a good full view of what he was packing before he grabbed pants from his closet. Again, with the pants that are close to skin tone, kind of scared me. Why didn't my alarm go off? We don't have time for breakfast now. You gonna make it until lunch? I'll grab a banana on the way out, so I might make it. Just grab 2 bananas. There's nothing wrong with multiple bananas in your diet. Now, where's my phone? I don't see it on your desk where it normally is. Let me call it real quick. You dialed his number, and after a moment you could hear it ringing. He found it on the bed under his blanket. We didn't hear it because... Yes, I know. Why the embarrassment? Because you fell asleep while looking through the pictures? Because you fell asleep with it in the bed. What the fuck is the problem? Why the embarrassed face? What the fuck? Get dressed and let's go. Just go so we aren't late. Okay. Classes proceeded without anything of interest happening. That's what I call a synopsis. Thank you. And as soon as your second class was done, you and Chester went to grab lunch. I'm so hungry. The banana helped, but I barely made it here. I skipped a line of dialogue. Haha, I'm sure you'll last long enough to get your food. Oh, look! Hey, Reggie! Real life person analogued into this game, Reggie, whom I have played Among Us with, but it's been so long. Tragically been so long I don't remember the voice of, so I apologize. Hello, Chester, Link. You here for lunch? That's generally why you come to the cafeteria, yes. You want to join us? I have good news to share. Sure, I was just going to take my lunch outside anyway. As birds oft are to do. The 3 of you gathered food and sat at a table. Chester wasn't even sitting before he was shoving food into his mouth. I'm starving, so don't look at me like that. He fell asleep on his cell phone and didn't hear the alarm, so he didn't get to have breakfast. Link, you didn't have to tell him that. What's so fucking embarrassing about it? Jesus, get over it. You're not in fucking middle school. It's better than the alternative of losing it. It could have been lost in there, though. He reached under the table and gave his underbelly a soft squeeze. Any excuse so you can grab my stomach, huh? You know it. My laundry is getting loud as shit now. Apparently, the house is taking off. Good lord. Now tell him about your good news. Did you finally fix your spaghetti code and set it up in a way that normal people can read? Oh, is that a little bit of self-reflection? Oh, sorry. I bet you wish that was the good news. One can dream. Is your coding really that bad? Remember how when you were a kid, you'd get a Lego set for a hospital or something, and when you put together, it somehow came out an alien motorcycle with... What the fuck is this sentence? Remember when you were a kid, you'd get a Lego set for a hospital or something, and when put together, it somehow came out an alien motorcycle with 3 wheels, a flagpole, and a pair of legs. Jesus Christ. That sounds pretty rough. Oh, come on, it's not that bad. It works for the most part. It does work, but I still question how at times. Mostly because of you. Perhaps, but we're getting off topic. Tell me about your good news. I had an interview yesterday with Plot. Oh, that is good news. Yeah. 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 I think the interview went over well. And I should know soon enough if I got the position or not. What kind of position? It's a 3-month internship on a new project they're starting. And if I'm good enough, they'll keep me around longer than that. I skipped the fucking line again! Chester went through yesterday's events with Reggie while you listened, and the conversation would shift into topics you weren't at all versed in. Thank you again, I've experienced that, and it sucks being that person in the conversation. While you weren't much a part of the conversation, Chester's hand was on your leg, reassured you he wasn't leaving you out intentionally. Well, you're still doing it, so it doesn't fucking matter, now does it? Since I'm off tonight, I'll do some extra studying and see about making my code more readable. You're off tonight. Yeah, you should know. You make the schedule. I'm off too. I didn't even think about that. Well, now we know why the rest of the day got skipped. Because there's going to be a fuckload of shit afterwards. You mean we're both off? Mm-hmm. Mr. B will open for a couple of hours, leave, then go back to close up shop. Well, that sounds like you fucked over Mr. B a little bit. Like, you clopened him. Well, no, that's a different thing. You closed him. You fucked over Mr. B is what I'm saying. Hire another manager, for God's sake. Thursdays are one of our slowest days, so it's fine that it's done like that. No, it's not! He's like 90 years old, you fuck! God damn! That means we should have a date today! Wow, convenience. The mother's milk of romance. I mean, eventually in your relationship, yes, but this early on, there should be at least some spark left. Ugh. You could always teach him how to code, and it'll refresh your understandings of the fundamentals. Coding! The other mother's milk of romance, I guess. A lot of the times, the best way to really understand something is to explain it to someone else. That could be fun too. That's how I learned, like, when I was struggling with a math homework. My dad would be like, all right, read the problem out loud to me. And I'd be like, it's right here on the paper. And he'd be like, read it out loud to me. And I'd start to read the problem out loud, and I'd catch what was making me confused about it, like, as I was reading out loud. It's amazing how many problems I've solved with that. But shut up about my personal problems, or else this episode would be 5 million hours long. Also, it'll probably already will be, because these days are 1 million hours long. We were planning to cook something together the next night we had free together, so we could always do coding stuff together after. If that interests you, Link. I'm down for whatever you have in mind. In that case, I have something I really want to do with you. Spaghetti! Because spaghetti code. Focus, Captain, on the goddamn line! Should I leave the table for this? Why would you? That's not what I was talking about, Reggie. Backer! I want to go to Beast Buy with him and show him some stuff there. I'm an exhibitionist like Dozer. I can't. Oh, God. Still not over it. Oh, I haven't been there in a while. Are they still in business? Somehow. We'll head there after we leave then. We can decide on dinner and pick up anything we need on the way home too, because money isn't an object in this fantasy world. Except even for the homeless guy. I'll leave you two to that then. I'm meeting some friends in the lounge to play Viral. What's that? A tabletop game about destroying the world through a variety of different diseases and plagues. Oh, so it's Plague Inc. But like multiplayer. Cool. I've been cultivating a particularly deadly strain of the flu, and the ineptitude of the response team's leader to take action against me shall prove to be the world's demise. Well, I wonder what the fuck this is talking about. You know, an analogy isn't so much an analogy when you not so much hit the nail on the head, but hit the carpenter on the face. It's just the flu, he says, unaware of just how far past that it's evolved. Okay, can we move on from this, please? It's still very real, and there's far too many people who think it's just the flu. You seem particularly proud of possibly wreaking havoc on the world. I shall revel in the looks of horror as the world falls to my microbial, agents of devastation. I'll see you later. Be sure to let me know about your interview whenever you find out. Will do, Reggie. I feel like he's someone I would never want to be an enemy with. He's such a good guy. But I know what you mean. I wouldn't want to cross him either. He's a raven. You don't cross the raven. Have you heard of Poe? Sorry for dragging on that conversation with him. I know how to be boring for you to just sit there and listen. Yeah, that was inconsiderate. I mean, you're allowed to have other people and talk to them and shit, but like... there's a certain social threshold for like... Come on, man. Don't worry about it. I'm glad you have someone you can chat about these things. There's nothing wrong with having other people to chat to about these things. But like, when there's multiple people, like, you don't just sideline at people like it's rude. Maybe I'll be able to keep up one of these days. If you're forced to. I mean, I guess you'd have to, wouldn't you? I'll teach you all that I can. For now, let's head to Beast Buy and look around. Right. We can ride to the store and look around there a bit while we decide what to do for dinner. Do you have anything in mind you'd want to learn how to make? I have no idea, so why don't you decide on something? I'll think about it. I want it to be easy for you to handle, but I want it to be delicious. I'm sure whatever you decide on... Oh, God. No. Fuck! Yep. Here we go. You arrived at the bike rack where your bikes were chained up. And both tires of your bike were flat with large gashes in them. Chester's eyes went wide. You could see rage welling up inside him. Fucking bastard. I'm not screaming that. I don't... I want to, but... Fuck. Yeah. Where is he? I know it was Vernon. Of course it's fucking Vernon. Of course it is. This is a university campus. There is cameras everywhere. You know that they had cameras outside where they got the pledge. So you know you can prove that they got him to that place. They probably didn't have cameras inside the fraternity house, although there should be some fucking some sort of oversight for those kinds of things, but it's literally a dwelling, so you can't put cameras inside of a dwelling. I understand that. But you can prove that that happened. If Maria can afford to have a privately owned homestead, she needs to have some sort of security. It seems like the door is unlocked all day because you've never had to produce a key in order to get in that place. So she needs to invest in some fucking cameras. But given the fact that Harold, of course, Harold's a private citizen, and private dwellings are having cameras is kind of a newer thing in the past few years for even middle-class homes. So that's a little more of an excusable thing. But Maria having enough wealth to have a private dwelling expanded for multiple homes as a homeless shelter, not having any form of security at all, that should have been the end of this. But this, if there is no camera evidence of at least a hooded figure vandalizing this at all in broad daylight, no witness, no camera, nothing, then this is, I'm calling bullshit. But let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it goes. Chester, calm down. No, I will not calm down! This is how you get around, and now both of your tires are ruined! That son of a bitch! I swear I'm gonna beat the unholy hell out of him when I see him again! He scanned around the campus looking among the other students that had slowed down to watch the angry bull rant. It might not have been Vernon, though. Don't give me that shit! You know as well as I do it was him! But only my bike was vandalized. Wouldn't he do something to yours, too? No. He only seems to have a vendetta against you. I doubt he'd do anything to mess with my stuff. Well, I think we can find out what happened regardless. Some sense and sensibility? How? Hey! Hey! Some fucking sense? Dine heard me from the future, shouting about cameras. He thought of this shit. I didn't doubt him. For the record, when I was going off about security cameras, it wasn't me saying, oh, he better, like, after 160 fucking episodes, I know better than to doubt him. I'm just saying he'd better fucking happen. The school has security cameras, and there's one over there that should have a perfect shot of the bikes. Whoever did it, I'm sure the camera caught it, unless they're wearing a hoodie. But still, even still, unless they wore the hoodie up all the way from where they came from to where they got there, maybe they rode in a car, you can get the license plate. If they came all the way from the fraternity house, link to the fraternity house, and that same security camera footage should be able to see you getting jumped by the people who took you to that fraternity house. Therefore, you got a causal link to those two things. Will it link to your filing with the same school that has that footage? This should be over now. Let's see how they handle it. Let's go to the security office right now. If anything, they should be able to do something about it. Just stormed off without you, and you followed quickly behind him. M14. Oh, man. I know this is just the same hallway we've been in a lot, but, like... what's the British security thing? I don't know what the British security... version of the FBI or whatever is, but it's something like that. You reported the incident to the security guards, and they were able to review the footage of what happened. They called you both into the office and showed you what happened. Sure enough, someone approached your bikes, and it was clear they did something to it before walking off. Unfortunately, their backs were to the camera the entire time, and they were wearing a hoodie. The only clue offered was a long reptilian tail. Well, Vernon was a human. The report was written up for it, and beyond that, there was nothing else they could do that could be done at the time. Of course, Vernon's a fucking cult leader. Well, cult, quote unquote. It's a fraternity, but that's basically the same thing. So he would get one of his fucking goons to do it. Nothing else could be done at the time. You motherfucking pieces of shit. You know as well as I do that it was Vernon. Wait, I thought Vernon was a human. Or maybe it wasn't, I don't know. I guess Vernon's a reptilian. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. Fuck it, whatever. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that it was him, but unless there was a witness, there isn't enough proof in that video. Look at other fucking footages! There's more than one camera on campus! Where did he come from? Track his movements. Did he come from the fraternity house? Did he come from a car? Did he come from a bike? Where the fuck did he come from? If he came from the fraternity house, boom! If he came from a car, look at the license plate. Track him! It's not that fucking hard! We have all the proof we need. All he's done lately is harass you, so that should be enough. Problem is, if you pursue it, he can claim that you hit him. It's circumstantial evidence. That's plenty to prove he's the guilty one. Well, that's the one that doesn't prove it, but okay. Maybe so. Looks like we have to leave it up to the school again, though. What a load of shit! Chester leaned against the wall inside, staring up at the ceiling while thinking. Well, now what do we do? Call Darius? Sick the rich mob on him? Fucking hate rich people, but Darius seems to be the only one who's willing to use it for any amount of good. Well, at least we'll see. We're still gonna have our date. It looks like we just have to take the bus after we get your bike home. I'll carry your bike and you can ride mine. I can carry my bike too, it's not that heavy. No, I'll do it. It's the cross I have to bear. He ran his fingers through your hair and put his forehead to yours. I'll get your bike fixed as soon as payday rolls around again. You don't have to pay for it, Chess. I can take care of it. I want to do it, though. It's the least I can do, since I can't do anything else. Not to mention, I kind of feel responsible for it. But I know, I just... Let me do this for you, please? Okay. We should get home and get our date started. Let's make the most of what's left in the day. Yeah. This is gonna be fun. Andy! Come here! He's gonna be so pissed. Oh, man. What is it? I'm trying to get ready to leave for work. Something else happened at the college today. God. I gotta be transparent here because something's been nagging at me the last couple of episodes of Chester's Route. For the thumbnails, I'm gonna make this short, alright? For the thumbnails, I've been going into the game files to get sprites to put on the thumbnails. I try to match them as best I can to how they're represented in the episode. Sometimes I do better than others. But the problem is, sometimes I see shit that hasn't appeared yet. And there's been some shit that I have seen in this route, in some of the sprite work that I don't know if it's coming up, if it's to do with bad route, bad ending. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you because there are some people who watch this instead of playing it. I encourage you to still play the game and donate if you can, and follow the link in the description to the Patreon page and then the itch.io page and the website and all that other stuff. Buy the merch if you can. If you don't have money, the game is free and in development. Support the dev. Follow them on Twitter and send them a picture of your dog. But anyway, point is, I get very nervous on this route because there's a lot of ways that this shit can go. And every time I talk to Andy, I get fucking really nervous now. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. Moving on. I swear, if you say it was Vernon again... Well, where the fuck did his voice... Well, fuck it, well. What this time? Why he's so mad, he left out what is it this time. Chester motioned to your bike leaning against his own that you brought into the apartment, apparently. The damage to the tires was apparent. Obviously. How would you... What? And Andrew's demeanor shifted nearly as drastically as Chester's had when he first saw it. What happened? I did that right into the... This fucking pop shield better have fucking worked. Someone slashed the tires while we were in class. We went and reported it to security, and they reviewed the camera footage for that area. And it looked like Vernon, but because there wasn't a shot of his face, unless a witness comes forward, there's not enough there to prove it was him. If it looked like him, considering all the other shit he's done so far, there's enough circumstantial evidence to prove it was him. That's what I said. That's what I said, but we're having to leave it up to the school again. I'm doubting the school's competence to handle such situations now. I'm gonna have to take things into my own hands at this rate. What are you going to do? I don't know just yet, but I'll think of something. I have to finish getting ready for work. So we'll talk about this more tomorrow. We're gonna go to Beast Buy and look around since we're both off today. So we're just gonna go leave now too. Be careful then. I'll see you both later. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, I'm sure that's gonna go well. Yeah, just I don't know if maybe I oversold the menacing aspect, but I don't think I did. I think maybe I undersold the menacing a little bit because... Oh no. Like that TikTok sound, oh no. I'm glad he's got to work tonight. If he stayed at home, we'd be able to feel his mood all day. Yeah, I don't think us feeling his mood is the problem. I think someone else feeling his sharp edge of a knife might be, you know, a blunt end of a heavy anvil he might drop comically from a high building. You know, someone feeling his unbridled rage embedded upon a piano dropped from a helicopter. I don't know what this man's capable of. But no, the mood, the vibe might be fucked. I don't know. Feel bad for the people he's got to work with, though. One wrong move and he's gonna snap. That's a problem, actually. He might... Ugh. I guess you and Andy both have a tendency to let the rage take over. He has better control over this. He has better control over his than I do, but his is far more frightening when it comes out. I do my best to avoid getting him to that point because it can be nasty. I'll do my best to never be on his bad side. If you know what's good for you. So, in an attempt to not let our day be spoiled, against all odds, you know, there's a lot writing, you know, a lot, oh god. How about we not talk about what happened today and focus on the good stuff and what we can do tonight? You know, it's this kind of attitude, you know, ignoring this shit that kind of lets it perpetuate. I'm just saying. That's a good idea. It's not. We should enjoy our day off together. Okay, if you insist. I was thinking about dinner, and I want to do peanut curry with rice and chicken. I can do the rice and chicken, but I don't know. Peanut curry. I can do curry, but for some reason, peanuts being in anything but butter form and peanut form and dessert form, I don't know, but like peanut being in like spicy stuff, I don't know. Peanut to me always feels like it needs to be sweet. It always feels wrong in a spicy form. I have a really easy recipe for it, and it's so good. Sure, sounds tasty to me. And for dessert, we'll make a little custard. And for dessert, we'll make some little custard desserts with caramel and custard. Custard and caramel custard and dessert custard, caramel custard dessert custard, caramel custard dessert custard, caramel and custard desserts. And if you want, the dessert recipe uses a special ingredient that you'll have to harvest yourself. Spleen. Special ingredient. Spleen? What the fuck? We don't have to use it, but I figured I'd mention it just in case since Andrew won't be around. Just do it. I'm down to try it if you are. I'm definitely interested. It also means we'll have to prep dessert before dinner. And whose ingredient we're gonna use. Whose ingredient we are gonna use. Oh, God. We'll decide that later. I'm already getting a fucking dismembered my monetization. Talking about it. Okay. Looking forward to dinner. Can we get on with the dinner, please? A lot now, though. Both dinners sound good. Good to know. Don't forget you're helping me out. We get it. We're gonna get some cooking tips and basics from me. Getting to do something like that with you is what I look forward most to. That's very nice. He grinned and grabbed your hand, pulling you to his side while he looked to the bus stop. Oh God, we're gonna have to experience the Beast Buy. I love this store. I love this store. What the fuck? I love this store. Tons of electronics, and I still don't understand. Looking at a D12, I don't understand that shirt. What the fuck? I get it's a reference to the die, but like, what does it mean? I've wanted to ask that for 164, 165, depending on how these episodes get split up. 160 odd episodes. What does that mean? It's a D&D reference or a dice reference. You're looking at a D12. Why not go for a D20 or a D100? A D6? Looking at a D6. I don't know. Is that a song? It sounds like one. What is it? Why that die? What does it mean? Anyway, I'm sorry that I couldn't. That's all I could stands. I can't stands no more. What the fuck? Anyway, tons of electronics. They have an amazing selection for kitchen stuff. They have many fridges. Whenever we get a bigger place, this is where all my extra money is going to, because Lord knows they fucking need it. There's so many appliances I want to add to my kitchen. Is that the main reason you came here? I really like looking at the kitchen stuff. I might not be able to get it right now, but it's nice to look and imagine what I could have in the future. By the time you get to that point, it's all gonna be gone. It'll be an Amazon warehouse, you fucking... It's just all gonna be gone, man. Like that! He dragged you towards where there were rows upon rows of larger appliances and stopped in front of a large double-door refrigerator. I do like those. Look at this fridge! He pulled the doors open and he let out a dreamy sigh. The inside is absolutely gorgeous. It's brightly lit and there's so much space. It looks like a lot of space, but it really isn't. Plus, it's so brightly lit, but it'll look like shit once it gets even tiny bit dirty, and it won't look brightly lit when there's a bunch of stuff in it. I'd kill to have something like this in the apartment instead of that crummy old fridge we have. But like getting it up the stairs or inside the doors. Isn't this a bit overkill for a refrigerator? Oh man, it's $4,000! She's a pricey girl, but it's totally worth it. Why do you gotta give a gender to a fucking inanimate object? I've never understood that, and I'm trans. Ooh, and look at that one over there! It has a screen on the door! You were pulled from refrigerator to refrigerator. He mostly seems to be in two refrigerators, while Chester swooned over the more prominently displayed models. And soon you were out of refrigerators to look at. And then we have the stoves! Oh, for fuck's sake! We have electric coils on the stove in the apartment, but I prefer cooking with gas or induction. Induction? What's that? Is it a wheel wizard? An induction cooktop uses electromagnetic field to heat your pans. One thing that's so cool about them is that it'll heat up the pan, but the cooking surface will stay cool, so it doesn't produce a lot of heat in the kitchen. Huh. Oh, that sounds really cool. It is! I'd have to get a whole new pan set though, because you have to make sure the ones you have are induction capable. I've had my eye on this set. I've had my eye on a set for a while now that would work for it, but I haven't saved up enough money to justify dropping that much on a pan set. How much do they cost? It's about $700 for the set I like. I can't afford food! Shut up! $700? You're talking about this to a guy who's homeless! Christ! It's one of the top-rated stainless steel sets from last year. But a set like that would last me the rest of my life. No, they fucking wouldn't. Did they sell that here? Nah. If they did, it'd be set though. I could use their credit card and get everything I wanted and then pay it off slowly at an inflated cost because of interest charges. Credit isn't money! For fuck's sake! I have a card with them because Andy said it was a good idea to build my credit, but I normally just buy games with it. If they had those pans, I'd totally get them. Is it something they happen to carry online but not in store? I never thought to check that. Really? Really? You, the Electro Gypsy, did not think to check the website? Oh my fucking god. I'll check later, and if I can get it online, I might just have a new set of pans next week. Oh man. This guy doesn't have 99% of his original fucking possessions. Because he was homeless, but I'm gonna buy some pans. He has like 3 sets of clothes from what he didn't have to sell to remain alive, but I'm gonna buy pans. I could give my mom my current ones since they're good. Hers might be better though. If they are, maybe Maria could use them. She doesn't have a suspicious amount of wealth to throw around. I don't know what kind of pans she uses. We could find out. You could check with your mom first. You should check with your mom first. Then we could always check with Maria. That is, if you're able to get the new set you want. Yeah. I'm excited now. I hope they offer them online. I'll make sure it's okay with Andy, too. I don't want him getting mad at me for spending so much on pans. I'm mad at you for spending so much on pans! But I don't really matter. I don't matter. As long as you can make your payments on time, I doubt he'll have a problem with it. And if I get that internship, I'll be set. Not if, but when. Yeah, when. For 3 months. Those payment plans last for years, but 3 months. 3-month internship with the possibility of a highly predatory style to be extended for the duration of development of a project, which generally lasts a year or 2, maybe. I don't know. Now, while I can't get the pans in the store, they do have all these other appliances. You are losing daylight. Are we gonna ever do something? Like, things? Been recording for 50 minutes. We had something happen earlier. all the tension is gone from that moment. You want to look at them? He's excited. Let's do it. Lead the way. I want to see what else has you so excited. All right. First of all, we have this. Chester led you down an aisle with small kitchen appliances, and you were assaulted by his desire for all the different tools. He expressed childlike glee and excitement as he moved down the aisle. They have the kitchen upper mixer and Hunter Green now! This thing has so many different attachments for it, and I want them all! Do you really need them all, though? Absolutely! Imagine all the different stuff I could do with if I had them all of them. What all attachments are there? Cheese grater, food grinder, spiralizer, pasta roller, ice cream maker, food processor, juicer, a sheet cutter. Okay. I see what you mean. I guess that's better than having a different appliance for each one. Yeah, as what Alton Brown calls a unitasker. Yeah! Oh, it'll take up a lot less space since they are all just attachments for the main device. Oh, one day I'll own them all. You'll have the kitchen of your dreams. I'll get there eventually. The American Dream, brought to you by the motherfuckers that bought it a long time ago and make sure that they keep it to themselves. AKA the store you're standing in! I bet you'll make your own game one day that'll just explode and you'll have enough money to build your own house with your own custom kitchen. Yes, because one-hit wonder game developers have never, ever just gone berserk with spending the money and then regretted it later. You really think I can do something like that? I know you can do something like that. You're gonna be really successful, Chess. You're really building him up. If it doesn't happen, he's gonna be fucking heartbroken. But you know what? I hope it does happen. Aw, babe, that makes me feel so good to hear you say that. He wrapped you in his arms and hugged you as tight as your body could stand. You're such an amazing and supportive boyfriend. I'm so lucky to have you. Because I love you and I know how talented you are. I love you so much. You really haven't seen that much of his game development skills. Like, it really hasn't been that much. Like, in all fairness, you aren't that well versed in the sphere of gaming. The character, that is. I'm talking about the main character here, not the audience I'm talking to, nor the dev, not me. I'm talking about the main character here. Like, he doesn't have a lot of room to talk. But anyway, I'm not trying to ruin the moment. Oh, I love you so much. I don't know if I said it. He gave you a kiss on the cheek and released you. Is there anything you want to look at? You just listen to me ramble on about all the stuff I like. Again. I'm sure you're tired of listening to it by now. I don't think I'd ever get tired of listening to you talk about this stuff. Give it time. I think it's cute, to be honest. Your happiness and excitement are contagious, so it leaves me feeling happy too. That is a genuinely nice thing. It's passion. That's an attractive quality. I enjoy watching just passionate people being passionate about the things they're talking about. Oh, well, in that case, I still have more I want to look at. Just tell me if you get bored and want to look at something else. Will do, Jess. Listen to him carry on more about different things to add to the kitchen, and he eventually led you away from that section. From TVs to sound systems to voice-controlled lights, he ended up leading you through it all. A tour guide of Beast Buy. This will be our last stop, and we'll go to the grocery store and get what I need for dinner. I wondered when we'd end up looking at the video games. There's nothing new out that I want, but I figured I'd bring you by to see if there was anything over here that might interest you. You've already given me plenty of stuff to buy, and you have a whole library in your room too. I don't think I'll need anything new to play for a long time. That doesn't mean you can't look. Maybe you'll see something that I don't have that looks cool. It's unlikely, but still, nothing wrong with looking. Is there anything here that you don't have that you want? Nope. I have all the games I want. There are plenty still coming out this year, and I'll get them as I do. How do you find time to play them? To be honest, my backlog is kinda huge. I have maybe 10 or 15 games I still haven't even opened. Why do you keep buying more when you haven't finished the ones you have? I'll get around to playing them all eventually. Then you should buy them when you have time to play them when they're cheaper! It's not like they're gonna disappear off the face of the earth! Uh-huh. I feel like you're judging me right now. Oh, I am. You're not allowed to judge me. You're supposed to love me. I can do both. I'm sure Andrew would react the same if he knew. Trust me, he knows. I hear about it from him every time I come home with a new game. I always plan to sneak them in, but I get too excited and show it to him instead. And he lectures me about playing new games when I have old ones to play. Well, how about you share that excitement with me instead from now on? I won't lecture you every time. You'll still judge me. Silently, at least. I guess that's something. Well, don't worry. There isn't anything coming out for a while that I want, and I have... Oh, wait a minute. What's this? He snatched the game off the shelf and thrust it into your face. I didn't know that this is being put into the swap. I'm totally buying it. Don't look at me like that. I need this. What is it? It's Beat Paradise. And that is... It's a rhythm game. It's like this collection of quirky mini games where you use the controller to match with the timing of the music. Best rhythm game of all time is still undefeated to this day. Rhythm Heaven Fever for the Nintendo Wii. Best fucking rhythm game ever made. Fucking fight me. I didn't realize they were porting a collection of the games to the swap. It looks like they've added new songs and it's even got a multiplayer mode. We can play it together tonight. It's not just for me. It's something we can do together and it'll definitely get played. I'm not gonna stop you from buying it if you really want it. I really want it, but I'm expecting you to play it with me. I'll play it with you, but I can't guarantee I'll be any good at it. Trust me, you'll have a blast playing. Wasn't he good at rhythm games in the other fucking... in Dozer's route? Dozer made a whole huge kerfluffle about, oh, you'll be better at it than I am, and that was the whole thing I went on about how he took the satisfaction of the win away from us by being an asshole about it. So why aren't we being like, oh, I like rhythm games right now? It's an inconsistency of narrative fucking blah, 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 fucking slight nitpick. Ah! Oh, I'm so excited for tonight now. You weren't before? I'm kidding. It'll be a great stay-at-home date. Come on, we should should go now so I can get the groceries we need for dinner. Dinner. You couldn't help but smile at Chester's reaction, and you followed him to the front register, his tail whipping around in excitement. Aww.